Well, it looks slightly less decrepit, I guess. Also, hello! Welcome to day 2 of working on the E46, except we're also working on the E90 because recently I took the E90, went to Northwest Arkansas, and bombed around on the roads there, and one thing I discovered is that at 100,000 miles, I don't care what car you have, your suspensions needs replaced at 100K. Especially on here, it's pretty old there, bruh. I think the rears are original and the fronts have been replaced, but with bad quality parts. So I bought some good quality parts, and they're in this box. What we have here is a full set of Bilstein B14 coilovers and new top hats. There are a couple parts that I'm going to need to reuse from the factory struts, the spring mounts, but those don't wear out, so we can use those just fine. These are adjustable height. I'm just going to run them on the highest height setting, which should be roughly stock height, because I daily drive this. I don't want to be getting stuck on things, and this should be a massive upgrade for this car, and hopefully a pretty simple one. Now, the issue is, this isn't my shop, and for insurance reasons, I can't work on this. So welcome to another episode of Jake holds the camera while Tyler works on his car. But the fun thing is the sport springs that are on this are going to go on his E90, which we also just fixed simply by updating all of the modules using the Autel, what was that thing?
IM608 Pro.
Autel IM608 Pro, which I think a 909 would do it as well. But literally all we did was update all the modules, and half the errors this car had just went away. The power driver's seat just was not working. Updated the module, and now it works again. And then a lot of the problems were because someone replaced the footwell module, which is kind of like the body control module in these BMWs, and it was from a car with completely different options, and they never updated it to match this. The Autel was able to cross-reference the VIN with the build sheet from BMW's database and download the correct firmware, and now his high beams work and everything. We don't have a whole bunch of questionable errors like adaptive headlight errors, which it never had. So that's all pretty sweet. So lots of things fixed here on the dirt cheap E90. Yeah, the high beams work again. And then his the cheap E46. We just got back from LKQ where we think we're going to grab a manual transmission for this thing. Potentially a new engine, depending on how this one is. We may or may not keep the 320. Actually, we don't know if it's a 323, right? This might be a 325 with the wrong trunk lid on it.
No, it's 323.
Okay, it's a 323, yeah. Might manual swap it, maybe, who knows. Might engine swap it, maybe, who knows. But I'm also going to give him I have a full set of BMW M3 E46 suspension. And we're going to put on there and see how that is, because might as well. I bought that back when I first bought my E46 ZHP thing and put it on there. And then realized it had Bilsteins all around, and so I wasn't going to bother. Anyway, let's go to work! So the way that these struts work is that the strut is just, well, actually I can show you because I've got one over here. So the bottom of the strut, on the front, it's just this shape, and it just falls down into the knuckle, which is shaped like this and has a pinch bolt that squeezes it together. And there's these two locating pins that make sure that it's all aligned properly. If you were around for when I bought my E46, you already know this, because whoever put the front Bilsteins on my E46 did not put these down into the slot where they're supposed to go, so the shock wasn't even seated all the way in the knuckle, and so the car had a bit of a Carolina squat to it, which is regrettable. And hopefully won't be the case here. Oh no, I forgot to. Okay, I forgot to measure the ride height before we did this. I think the move is to undo the top and then pull it out.
Yeah, we could do that.
If I remember correctly. It's been a minute. Oh yeah, I also stripped all the Plastidip off of my kitty grills. It sucked. I used 3M adhesive remover. It still took like 45 minutes just to do these. Plastidip, just say no to Plastidip.
Yeah.
Just don't. If you think that it's a good idea, it's not. Don't do it. Just buy the black kidneys from BMW if you're so inclined. They're only $200. Is that a lot of money? Yes, but then you're not faking it.
Yes.
To do what?
To spend on an E90? Absolutely, yes.
No, you don't want to know how much I spent on this suspension.
Yeah, probably don't.
Chimkin nugget. Also, the struts out of the car. Tyler got it done while we were getting nuggies. So it's over there somewhere on the spring compressor to be compressed.
Some of us gamble at the casino.
This is an impressively not scary.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Wait for it. And...
Sweet, and we just need this piece.
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's where a lot of my noises were coming from. So these are McPherson struts, so the whole strut turns with the front knuckle. And at the top of each McPherson strut is a bearing. Those bearings are shot. So, you know, sometimes turning I would get kind of a feeling, and then sometimes when loads would change on the suspension, it would just kind of go clunk, clunk, clunk at the top of the strut, which is less than ideal. Also, my bump stops are absolutely garbage. So, yeah, now we take that spring mount, and we can take a strut and assemble it all.
Jake, this is why your videos don't do well.
I think this is the exact reason they do well. Do well.
Damn it!
Put it in already.
You're on something today.
It's this delicious McDonald's Sprite.
Oh yeah? When are we gonna get a McGlizzy?
The spicy water really hurts in the nose. Ooh, anti-seize. Look at you, all professional. It's almost like you work at a mechanic shop or something. I give about 10 seconds before it's all over you and you just look like the Tin Man.
Don't tell them I'm a professional, then they're gonna expect professional results. Don't do this.
No, definitely do this. This is the factory-approved method.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to take the strut brace off, but we didn't because reasons.
Who does that?
Yeah, who does that? Like, really? Also, reasons to have your rotor nuts. Oops. Danger is my
Maiden name.
nickname.
Yeah. You said these are sport springs, right?
Yep. They'll make your cars sporty.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of luxury. Alright, well.
Wow. Bonk.
That was kind of amusing. That felt great.
Oh yeah. Keep going.
Don't do that. Alright, put some anti-squeeze in the...
So pretty.
I'm glad you're just so enamored with that, Jake.
They're on. I set 2 centimeters of preload because that's how much preload I could set before my hands got tired, so we'll see where that sets us. These are only preload adjustable, not ride height or damping adjustments, just preload. It's basically like, I think these are like B6s with their own springs and adjustable preload. So you have a little bit of control over ride height. Nerd. We'll see where this lands us. I don't remember how to properly set ride height. I know I read a thread on the internet, and I remember none of it. So to figure out the final ride height, it'll need driven, but most important thing is just that it's set even front to rear and side to side when we put it back down on the ground for the last time.
Side to side.
Cool. Okay, now time for the rears, which in theory are just 2 bolts. 1 bolt at the bottom of the shock and 1 bolt at the top of the shock. When you undo the shock, this whole thing can come down. You can just step on the hub and pull the spring out.
Oh yeah,
There's
the rears have been replaced, not the front.
Yeah, the rears are the ones that have been replaced, and the bump stops have been annihilated. But we've got
Bump stops.
all new shenanigans.
Hopefully this doesn't slip. There we go. This is kind of annoying, actually. Come on. Oh, God.
Ew.
Oh, there we go. I'm racing the rebound. There we go.
Yay.
Garbage.
Sweet. That's perfect.
Yeah.
How did we nail it?
It'll probably settle in.
So the front is slightly higher than the rear, but that's just how these cars are from the factories. That looks fantastic, though.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm a fan.
But yeah.
Okay, we're in. It's the next morning now, and I've had some time to drive the car around a lot, and obviously I really like it. It has been transformed from sort of a luxury GT back into a proper sports car, which does mean the ride is slightly rougher in the sense that it actually follows the road now, but like bumps or expansion joints are hardly felt at all. So good suspension. It gets good out of good for me.
It doesn't seem like you really compromised much on this.
No, it's smooth and silent. It used to be I would pull out of my driveway when I get to the steep part of the bottom. I would get on the brakes and the front struts would just kind of go plunk because the top hats were completely messed up. So there is no more of that shenanigans. And here on the highway, no more floatiness. Also, no more shake at 70 miles an hour.
I wonder if that's my strut mounts too.
That's gone completely. I think that is the rubber and the strut mounts just being an undampened spring. So all cool things here, and it tracks straight. It's self-driving. Though to be fair, it could pretty much do that before. Tires Plus did an A+ job on the alignment on this car. So now I'm really excited to go back to the Ozarks, back to Eureka Springs, and drive this on some actual roads because, well, this is Kansas. There's a reason drag racing is popular here, and that's because the only thing you can do is drive in a straight line! That's it!
And,
We live in a grid. We live in a damn Excel spreadsheet.
Well, I'm driving because last night I decided to do those software updates on my car, and well, now it's unhappy with the security module. So
That's the rest of our day. Ooh, there's no one in front of us for these curves.
wow, that's yeah.
It do be cornering though.
It's got a lot less body roll than my car.
I'll probably do bushings, way more bushings.
That was a good check back there, a little dip in the road. It didn't get upset.
Yeah, no, it didn't get upset and it didn't pogo. So all good things. Good vibes only. Thanks for watching.